on the cornerstone. His hair turning yellow, all the pigment's gone. He takes the last draw of that old wood vine. Thank God it's nearly opening time. Old man Joker, he sits on the same old stone. The Reverend passes by and goes walking on and said, "You're drunk again, Joker, at this time." "Me too," says Joker, "and it's opening time." The central bar stone where legends sit, shone by axes and every one of it. The lost souls thrown, they're all drunk for their sins. And even that old stone, it's halfway in. There's George the Brat, on the stone he sat. An old black suit, but never a hat. Real cream hair, slicked back fine. Anyhow, it's my friend, is it opening time? There's Joe Darian, he's sitting on the stone. Threw his telly at the window 'cause there's nothing on. A little bit posh and a well-versed man. Is it opening time? My good man. The central bar stone where legends sit, shone by axes and every one of it. The lost souls thrown, they're all drunk for their sins. Leaving that old stone, it's halfway in. Although I've named but 4 good men, there's been so many more. All trauma suffered, young and old. They took their turn on the same old stone. They took their turn on the same old stone. They took their turn on the cornerstone.
So there we go, that's a track called The Cornerstone from Conal Montgomery, who joins us now in the studio. How are you?
Not too bad, Robin. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for coming in again. So that is the title track from the new album, and it seems like it's taken forever to get round to releasing the album? Because we've been playing the songs for so many months now on the radio.
Yeah, I think it was the songs some of the songs had been written in the pandemic, in the lockdown. I started recording the album with Jared Doran. I think it was June last year, but obviously the songs had been played. I'd been playing the songs online, so they've been around for a couple of years, but we've actually got around to recording them.
Yeah, and it's actually a kind of new voyage for you as well, because we're used to seeing you do all the rock stuff for many years.
Yeah, fronting a rock band. I never ever played an instrument, so I've been dabbling on the acoustic guitar. I had plenty of time to do it. I had plenty of time to write. After my first album, I actually only got the album launch done, and I think it was a week later we were all locked down. So I started writing. People were approaching me and saying, "Can you write a song about this? Can you write a?" Because we were all in contact with each other through Facebook and Messenger. This is all the locals in the area, and the songs were basically born out of that. You know, the cornerstone was. I sort of had the idea for the cornerstone in my head for a while. Coming from all the old characters that used to live in Killyleagh, but everybody always congregated around the stone.
Yeah.
So it sort of struck a chord with me because of my history with alcohol and stuff. Sort of a song for them to be remembered, you know.
And the great thing about the album is all the songs have a personal meaning to you. They're all story songs and a lot about your hometown of Killyleagh, aren't they?
Yeah. There's a song, This Is Our Town, which I was challenged to write a song about the town, because we already had the Shores of Killyleagh that was out, and the lyrics for that were written by Father Liam Vaughan, and a neighbour asked me to put a melody to it. So after doing that, they says, "Well, why don't you write your own?" So I come up with This Is Our Town. But I think all the songs are a bit, have gone down the folk sort of path.
There's some country in it.
There's
as well.
country in there
feel,
too. Yeah,
there?
there's country in there. The country songs are more born out of, people would send me poetry and their feelings down on a page, and I would make them into songs. So most of the country stuff came from the lyricists who were sending me these lyrics, you know.
Tell us about the song, Do You Fancy a Match on the Green?
Do you fancy a match down the green? I wrote that. I wrote the lyrics for that probably early 90s. When I was in the rock band, of course, with Sweetleaf, and we were doing the bikers scene. And I was always coming up with little songs just for a mess about, and a carry on and a laugh. And I would sing these songs to the guys on the way to the gigs and stuff, and would have a good laugh at it, you know. And the lyrics stayed stuck with me, but adding little bits here and there, I was really missing my childhood and the simplicity of it all. And when life was easier, and remembering all these, everybody mentioned in that song are real people. Some of them the same age as me and not with us anymore. But it was written for my dad. The last verse is, we all grew up playing football. There was no Xbox, there's no PlayStations in those days, and we grew up and football was our love. And I wrote the song for everybody that I grew up with, but also for my dad, who introduced us to football. And I remember going to watch him play, and there was him and Clifford Healy, who were centre back for Killyleagh. And as I grew up, when I became 15, 16, Killyleagh had a third team that were introducing the young players. And Clifford and my dad, who were older veterans then, would play for the third team, and I ended up in goal. And I included them in the song, but I think it was just a thank you for my dad to what an easy and pleasant upbringing we had, even with the troubles going on in the rural areas. We didn't really taste that, you know. And religion didn't really come into it in our estate. Everybody, as it says in the song, everybody kicked with the same foot.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, brilliant. One of my favourite songs on the album is the song Isaac, which is about a family member of yours, isn't it?
Yeah, Isaac Montgomery would be a far out relation of mine. He drowned at the quay in Killyleagh in 1903. There was a poem written about it at the time and was published, and it sort of steered towards Isaac, I think, worked at the quay, but there was no lighting at the quay, and it seems to be the story is that he was drawn to a light, and the light was actually on a ship out in the harbour, and Isaac followed the light and fell in. We don't know whether it was calm that night, or we don't know the story behind it, but I sort of artistic license made the rest up myself, you know.
Yeah.
And sort of made it into like a ghost story, but not one to be feared.
Yes.
The fear you've got to have is for the loch,
Yeah.
for the tranquility on top, and the dangerous undercurrents below, which Strangford Loch is renowned for.
Of course, yeah. So the album The Cornerstone comes out on May the 20th.
Yeah, I've rushed that a little bit because I've held off, and my impatience got the better of me, and I needed to have a date for myself. So whether the CDs arrive for that date or not, it'll be released on all the other platforms. So
And I
I'm
know there's
happy
going
with
to be a
that.
big Belfast launch date at some stage in June as well.
Yes, I'm hoping to have. I thought long and hard about. It's quite simple for me to put it on around the district, around Killyleagh and Downpatrick and stuff. And I thought this time, I'm going to go to Belfast and let other people hear what I've got to offer.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to hearing you in Belfast. We're going to get you to do one more before you go. What are you going to do for us this time?
I think I'll do the Shores of Killyleagh, which is the song that started the journey of the album for me. The lyrics written by Father Liam Vaughan, and a neighbour produced this in front of me and asked, and I wasn't really thinking, I was thinking more of going back after the pandemic and putting the Happy Being Free album on.
Yeah.
But this came at the right time for me, and each song led on from this, so this started it for me.
Brilliant. Well, Conal, thank you for coming in, and the
Thank
very
you.
best of luck with the album.
Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you.
So here we are with the Shores of Killyleagh, Conal Montgomery.
I hope someday I will return to the shores of Killyleagh and see the little houses, crowded streets down to the quay. The island's green, the water's blue, and it sweeps across the bay. And I'll find a peace that first I knew by the shores of Killyleagh. The ancient castle stands so fair upon its ancient hill, where the feet of holy men once tread, whose voices linger still, who spoke of things as yet unheard ere they sailed their boats away. And a piece of heaven has never left the shores of Killyleagh. So someday I'll return again to that village by the sea, and hear the happy voices of the folk I long to see, and feel the gentle breeze that sweeps in from the bay, where the waters touch the heavens by the shores of Killyleagh, where the waters touch the heavens by the shores of Killyleagh, where the waters touch the heavens by the shores of Killyleagh.